I've used this phrasing before, but tonight, for the Vancouver Canucks versus the Vegas Golden Knights in game number 5 of their Stanley Cup Playoffs second round series, the better team lost. Straight up. The better team lost. And normally when I say that, I'd be really upset. I'd be like, kind of crushed emotionally inside. But I can't help but laugh. You just gotta laugh, man. Thatcher Demko is absolutely legit. I've been saying this since 2014, man. The next freaking Corey Schneider. Thatcher the Snatcher Demko at 24 years old is a very legit NHL goaltender, and in fact, he is so good. So good. All I need to say, just take a look at the shot totals. Vancouver wins this one 2-1, but the shots are 43-17 Vegas. First off, Thatcher Demko saves 42 shots out of 43. My freaking goodness, a .977 save percentage. That's amazing. Secondly, the Vancouver Canucks scored 2 on Robin Lehner in 17 shots. This team... My gosh, some people, I've been seeing a lot of people actually, saying, oh, you know, Vegas is the better team. Vancouver is just delaying the inevitable here. They'll seal the deal in game number 6, don't you worry out there. And I get that there certainly could be some very legitimate arguments that support that claim. But man, that's not going to stop me from being very, just kind of dumbfounded at how this game went. The Canucks are alive, ladies and gentlemen, facing elimination for the first time this entire postseason, facing elimination for the first time since 2015. They win. They actually win. They come back, and they win. Let's get into the notes that we have here for this game here. So, early on in the game, I was kind of like, okay, this Canucks team is not going to win. They're absolutely not going to win because the Canucks didn't get any shots for the first 10 minutes of the game except for JT Miller's far post that he hit on the rush. Vegas was pressing, Demko was covering. Demko had a close call where the Knights shoved the puck into the crease and there was a huge scramble. But I will say that even though the Canucks had limited shots in the first, the few chances they did get did give Robin Lehner a tough time. He had trouble corralling the rebounds, covering it up afterwards, but overall the Canucks offense, it was terrible early on. They really didn't do much. Tyler Mott later towards the end of that first period had a nice chance on the rush. It was one of the only controlled zone entries the Canucks actually had. This team was dumping and chasing like crazy, just dump the puck in, okay, let's go for a change, boys, and then they get the puck back in the neutral zone, send it back to the D in their own zone, then they dump the puck in and then they go for another change. It was a very stale formula, and it got old quick, and I was like, okay, this team is totally not going to win. Like, Vegas is just pressing. The shots at the end of the first period, it's 10-6 Vegas. That was only a preview as to what we would get in this game, but Vegas was just the more puck-controlling team. And in the second period, the Canucks had even more trouble breaking into the Vegas zone. The shots in that period were 18-4 for Vegas, and almost the majority of the entire play was held in Vancouver territory. Adam Gaudette took a penalty, he went over to the box, and the Canucks were able to kill off the power play. Vegas had some good movement on the power play, but the Canucks were giving them a hard time, and Demko, of course, had to make some great saves. Halfway through the game, though, the shots in total are 20-6, and Vancouver didn't have a shot since the very end of the first period. At this point, I wrote down in my notes here, it's just Vegas chipping away at the rock that is Thatcher Demko. And the way it's going, that rock is going to crack eventually. Vegas was loading up with their ray guns, their diamond pickaxes, and all the great weapons that we have seen throughout history. And this ever-looming feeling of dread in my head was just kind of building up because I was like, yeah, the way the Canucks are playing, they're totally not going to win this game. We're going to end our season here tonight, aren't we? We also had a Tyler Mott hit where he kind of swooped in under Zach Whitecloud as he was turning, and he kind of just completely flipped him over. It was a very interesting little hit there. Whitecloud actually got the better end of several physical altercations. He fell into, I think it was Adam Gaudette, into the boards. Then he got flipped over by Tyler Mott. But 12 minutes into the second period, the Vancouver Canucks get their first shot of that span. It's JT Miller sending it over to Brock Boeser, who shoots it, and man, this is a really good shot. It deflects over, it's saved up into the glass, and at this point it kind of dawns on me that Boeser has been really good, actually. It's like he heard all the criticisms we had of him in our pre-game hype stream that we had earlier today, where the chat was talking about how Brock hasn't been effective enough, how he's dropped off, how it's a different Brock Boeser who's injury-prone, and he was kind of chipping away at the puck here. Eventually, though, it's Antoine Roussel who takes a high-sticking penalty after being tied up, and Vegas goes on their second power play. Vegas was kind of sloppy on that power play. Martinez, he hit the post on a one-timer. And here, I kind of just saw a little bit of a lackadaisical nature to the Vegas Golden Knights game in general. They were fanning on one-timers, they were holding onto the puck too long, allowing them to get stripped by the elite penalty killers like Tyler Mott. And then after the power play concluded, Shea Theodore did Shea Theodore things. Dekes one way, Dekes the other way, walks in, shoots it up high over the glove. My goodness, what a crazy goal. This guy is going to be a Norris candidate one season, if not next year. And at this point, I'm like, yeah, okay, that's it. The Demko wall, it's cracked open. They're going to start getting a whole bunch of goals. The Canucks are going to get shut out again, and it's going to be a losing effort. GG, boys. Let's prepare the end of the season video. And oh my goodness, what the heck? Brock Boeser. Brock Boeser, the beast incarnate. He comes in here, gets the pass over from Quinn Hughes. Boeser to Miller out to the side. Miller back into the middle for Boeser, who tips it by Lehner, and they score. Oh my gosh. They tied it up immediately. How many shots did the Canucks have in the second period? They had 4, and one of them went in. And you can kind of see immediately after the Boeser goal that the energy picked up like crazy. Lots of speed, lots of rushes, lots of chances by both teams immediately after the Brock goal. We had a 4-on-4 with 3 minutes left in that second period, and man, there was a lot of energy over there. And everybody afterwards at this point who's looking at the game on Reddit, looking at the game on Twitter, at this point the shots are 28-10 for Vegas, and everybody kind of has the same idea. Okay, the Canucks probably can win this game, but like, they absolutely don't deserve it. Man, this Vegas team has been pouncing on them all night. And then the third period starts, and Brandon Sutter, he gets a really good chance in alone after Mott centers it, and he doesn't score. But then a few minutes later, it's Miller to Boeser, who takes the point shot, and then Petey tips it in. It's 2-1 Vancouver, and they have the lead. They actually have the lead. From then on, the rest of the notes just say the same thing. It's Demko making more saves. It's the quality of Vegas chances actually improving as the third period goes on. You can kind of feel the light switch slowly climbing its way up because Vegas is just applying more and more pressure. They're getting higher quality chances. Demko is making better saves. And they're actually going at it, but not with a lack of Canucks chances either. There was a rush that Elias Pettersson had with Antoine Roussel where he dropped it over for Roussel, and Roussel had to shoot it, but he shot it wide. Roussel then drew a penalty because his stick was caught in the Vegas' guy's skate. And this is kind of where a lot of the chances for Vancouver start coming up, but that don't actually go in, because Bo Horvat off of the tic-tac-toe has a nice shot. It goes off the backboards, but he had some open space to shoot at it, and he actually missed. And then a little bit later, Bo Horvat almost got sprung on a breakaway, but it was just out of his reach. And then Vegas played the empty net. They held onto the puck in the Canucks zone. They didn't really get any actual fancy passing maneuvers gone down. They were just holding onto it, shooting it. Demko was making saves. Then they took a penalty, so it was shorthanded for them in their own zone, and the Vancouver Canucks squeaked out of this game with a win. My goodness, Thatcher Demko. Thatcher the Snatcher, man. And I can't even... I don't know if I could even say that if Jacob Markstrom played this game, the Canucks would win. Because Thatcher Demko just plays such a calm game. It's so different from Markey, where Markey is kind of like, come here, challenge me. Like, he's really active as a goalie, but Demko just stands there. And he just makes the stop when he needs to. Every dangerous opportunity, Demko just kind of swallowed it up, and he just kind of slid with the momentum of the puck. He was amazing. Is this another goalie controversy we have here, Vancouver? When I said the next Corey Schneider, was I correct in the fact that he may be stealing the starter's job? But the bottom line is here, the Vancouver Canucks will live to see another day of NHL playoff action, and my gosh, it's insane. Elias Pettersson with the game-winning goal, Quinn Hughes with an assist, breaking the record for most assists in a single postseason by rookie D-men. He breaks the record held by Jan Niinimaa and Al MacInnis, and that record stood for 23 years. I mean, Cale Makar is also there too. He's one behind them, but you get what I'm saying here. Quinn Hughes is still first. Brock Boeser gets 2 points here. JT Miller gets 2 assists here. JT Miller has had a point on each of the past 6 Canucks goals, which is insane. This guy's an absolute workhorse. Did we win the Tampa Bay trade? I think we won the Tampa Bay trade, guys. Oh man, I can't believe it. The Canucks actually won. It's 3-2. It's 3-2. One game at a time, right? One game at a time. I just hope that they are actually able to suppress the shots a little bit more, because Vegas did come pressing. They really did just really up and away just improve the quality of their scoring chances, but Thatcher the Snatcher was able to carry on. But talk to me in the comments what you think about this game. I hope you enjoyed this video. And bye.